Hey, how's it going, everybody? It is Mike, and today we're going to be installing this corner bracket. Picked this up on Amazon, and I thought y'all might like to see how I installed it. It's pretty cool. It's going to go right here in the corner, and you could build something like this, but there's only a few bucks on Amazon, so you figure why not buy it, give it a try, and I thought that I would share my experience putting this up with you. So I already went ahead and opened the box, so I can kind of show you what's in it. And all the little shelves. Comes with some screws. Probably use some of these, but I bought some new ones to hang onto the wall too. And then some instructions. I don't think we'll need those really because it's kind of simple. It's just a bunch of brackets, and I can kind of show you. Grab a couple out of here. These are all the shelves that come in it. So let me put this down. And the idea here, if you're looking at it, you have a shelf on the wall like here. And then this goes on the wall here, and the next one up will be one that goes here, and then so on and so on and so on. So anyway, let's go ahead and get right into putting this thing up on the wall, and I'll show you how I do it. I think it's going to be pretty easy and a pretty fast project. So yeah, check it out. Alright, so now assembling this whole thing here, I kind of want to get this up to the top up here where the end of this trim is with the closet. And the pieces are a little bit different. They're all labeled, you know, A, B, C, E, D. So I have to go and look at them for a little bit and decide which way they're going to go because it has which way the actual, you know, the trim is here where this is just a open particle board or press board, whatever, MDF that is there. So kind of have one, and you can't really see, but it'll kind of go in like this, and then the next shelf will go here, and it's actually this piece. And the reason... Let me show you. Kind of this goes in there like this. And then your next piece of wood's going to go here, and then your next piece of wood's this piece will go down like this, and that's kind of how it's going to look. If you look, the one that I just took off, you can see that the holes are recessed here. And that's kind of what we'd be going with, is with those recessed holes. And that's why if you take this piece there, the holes are not recessed. Yeah, it's going to still work. But it's going to be a little bit cleaner because there's caps that it came with to kind of cover up the holes. So just to give you an idea, just take a look at the pieces. And the funny thing is these pieces here, only 3 of them out of the 6 came with actual holes in the middle of them. So you only actually put 3 in. So 2 on one side of the wall, 1 on the other side of the wall. And then that's kind of how that whole thing gets assembled. I guess if you want to, you can put more screws in it, but we'll go with the 3. I mean, it's only going to be light stuff on here, and see how that all goes. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start at the top of this. So we'll get a flat panel up first, and it's going to go way up here, and I'm just taking a little screwdriver. You can take a drill bit, whatever you want, and kind of mark the center of the hole so we can drill it out. And that should be about where we want it, right? Is that a little, it might be a little bit too high. Let's go ahead and take that down to right about, yeah, right about there. All right, so we're going to go right about there. We're going to go ahead and mark another hole, and we'll go ahead and cut that out or drill it out. And all right, so we'll get the drill. All right, so we are going to go ahead and drill a hole where we marked right over here. There we go, we got a hole. So, and I put the hole in here because I didn't want to use the hardware that came with this. I decided to use some snap toggles. Yes, snap toggles, they're my faves for lighter duty stuff. They still hold a lot of weight, and this is probably a really weird angle on the camera. I am sorry, guys, but I had to point way up there, and I'm not that tall. So anyway, let's go ahead and get these snap toggles in, and I'll kind of show you the assembly of the rest of the shelf. So this will be kind of the first piece we put into the shelf. Alright, so the snap toggles just go ahead and go into the wall. You push them in, use a little hammer, get them nice and flat, and then they come with a little red piece here, and that kind of pops the back of it out, and then we're ready to put up the first piece onto the wall. So let's do that. All right, so the first piece is going onto the wall up here, and we can get it started. I want to drill through it a little bit. These are a little bit thicker than what came with it, so kind of line it up into the hole that you made earlier, and then it should just go ahead and screw in. I think I got it aligned. Let's see. Nope. Did I fail? Nope, I didn't. We got it. Just line that up there. And I'm going to tighten these down later once I get everything straight. The reason I am starting at the top, well, the reason I'm starting at the top is I want this aligned kind of with the closet here. Okay, so really the girlfriend wants it aligned with the closet. This is the room I've been working on and remodeling and redoing the floor. This is all for her, so this is kind of her thing. She wants it lined up there. Anyway, I just thought it'd be easier to start at the top and work my way down. But with most walls and most houses, let me grab this piece for you right here. With most walls and most houses, the wall's not square, so that was kind of my concern there. So the next piece anyway, we're just going to go ahead and screw it onto the bottom of this, and then the next piece will screw onto there, and so on and so on. So yeah, let's go ahead and get the next piece done. Hopefully I can lower the camera down a little bit so I'm not like way down here. It's a little weird. Sorry guys. All right, yeah. All right, so I went ahead and got the camera down a little bit lower so you can kind of be a little bit better of a shot here. I did use the screws that came with this for this part here, and we'll just go ahead and screw this onto the bottom of this shelf. And the weird part's going to be, see, it doesn't, you know, they kind of line up. So we'll just kind of get these in there, and then we'll go to the next ones and so on. All right, so the next part of this is really far off the wall. This is going to be interesting to see how this comes out. This is, looks like it could be this side here. Put another hole. I mean, that is, yeah, it's not square. I mean, this wall isn't square. It's not at a 90-degree angle. So I'm going to make something up. It still sits on it, but we might skip over some of the screws, I'm thinking. We'll look at it when we get there, because I can see the screw holes right here, unless I can kind of bend this, and I don't know, I guess it's going to look better against the wall here, so we're just going to have to see as it goes down and see how it looks, and then kind of make that decision as it goes down. It's not too bad, and we can always screw new screws in there, but anyway, let's go ahead and put a mark right in here. Got my little screwdriver. So this is going to sit about like that, and then I'll just go ahead and use this, make a little drill hole mark to know where I'm putting my next piece. There's my mark. Grab my drill my hole, and do the same thing. We're going all the way down, the exact same thing that we've been doing for up here. We're just gonna keep doing it. All right, yeah. So here we go, our next hole. Also, be very careful when drilling into walls. Like, you don't know what is behind that wall. You don't want to accidentally hit something and electrocute yourself. I mean, there could be electrical lines or anything else. So just use a lot of caution when drilling into walls in your house, especially if you're not sure what is behind that wall. All right, so the next piece should sit against the wall here. And I should have pre-drilled this a little bit, but I think we're probably going to be pretty close. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it was right there at the top. Ah, ooh. Be careful, don't slip. There we go. I'm thinking I can tighten this down a little bit now, too, that I've got those two in. There we go. So, yeah, that kind of looks something like that. These stickers all over it, and get these off as we go. Clean it a little bit up as we're going. So I just noticed one thing with these screws. If you decide to use these instead of the ones that came with it, they don't really sit flush against there. So the caps that came to cover those probably aren't going to work. You might just have to use a little bit of black paint, brown paint, kind of match it and make those disappear. But they're going to be way stronger than what came with the kit, especially since you're only putting in every other one. Actually, I think I might have screwed up here. I think I did, because this one doesn't actually get screwed into the wall. It's supposed to be the one in the middle. So yeah, I don't think it will matter. Let's go ahead and go down and see what else happens. Alright, same thing. Literally, this is rinse and repeat down the whole entire wall. We'll just go ahead and set this one's going to screw underneath on this side, and we'll find the two holes, line it up, use a hand screwdriver, and go ahead and screw the two screws into the wall. Like I said, the only reason I'm using a hand screwdriver is just so I don't hit the wall with the screwdriver. It's won't fit really well in here. This will fits a little bit better. And it's the only reason I'm doing that. So there you go. That's for that one. So the next one kind of sits there like that, and we just keep going down. And the only thing is these other ones didn't have holes in it. I think, judging because my wall isn't square, I can't really... It's going to look really bad if I don't. So I'm just going to go ahead and drill holes in the middle of this and put screws in every single one of them. Alright, next panel, go up here. I went ahead and drilled the hole into that panel, and then I'll go ahead and screw, well, a little bit through. Mainly to see where I'm marking the wall. That's the only reason I actually did that. Alright, so I'm back to the wider shot, and we'll go ahead, and it looks like from this you probably can actually see the top one that I installed. So I didn't have to zoom in so close, but I did, so you can get a better idea of what was happening. And now it's rinse and repeat. You do the same thing over and over and over again until you use all the pieces. The only thing that I have modified here is the fact that I went ahead and drilled a screw. I'm going to put a screw in every single panel that goes to the wall, and that's because these walls are not at a perfect 90, and I don't think most houses are. So just keep that in mind when you're doing this. If I would have built this myself instead of purchasing it, I could have went ahead and changed the angle of this guy here, but because this is perfectly square and my wall is not, I'm only actually screwing into one side, just the one underside of each one, and then it kind of rests. And it leaves a little bit of gap on the side, but it's not terrible. And yeah, so that's kind of what happened. So alright, so here it is. This is the final shelf. This is the way it's going to look like when you are complete. This was purchased from Amazon, and it's not terrible looking. If I was to build it myself, I think I would have done a way better job at it. I don't like the gaps here, and I'm not, it's the gaps, it's the side of the gaps. I'm just not a big fan of it. And it's not the shelf's fault, it's my wall's fault. Like, the wall's not 90 degrees, so it doesn't completely line up correctly. I'll probably go back. I put the caps over these for now, but I might go back with just some black paint and touch that up. But anyway, this is the shelf, and I hope you liked the install of it. If you want to see more videos from me, please subscribe to my channel. And if you liked this video, hit that like button down below. Thank you.